Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Here we are. We get to have a concert. Hooray! Hello to our friends who are watching me through a camera right now. Thank you for being here. The second concert we've ever live streamed, and this live streaming concerts may become a thing for us for a long time. So you got to look for the fringe benefits in a pandemic, and that would be one of them. We thank you all for being here. It has been 366 days since most of these students sat in front of a live audience indoor and performed. If you remember, we were in the gym just over there 366 days ago with about 1,000 people in the gym. If you remember that. And then a week later, the world was shut down. It was just like that. And so it's kind of miraculous that we're back at this point right now. Sitting distanced, wearing masks, playing through face masks. You can see our setup on stage looks different. Instead of concert arcs, we have to sit in straight rows and all those things. But all of it is worth it because we get to share music with each other again. And we have really, really sorely missed that in this last year. So whatever happens musically, I'm just excited to be here tonight, and I'm really excited to be sharing this with about 70 people sitting scattered around the auditorium. That is awesome, and however many are watching at home, that is also spectacular. It's just great to be able to share music together. So tonight we've got two great groups for you. The first one is our jazz ensemble. You'll see me duck out of the way because this one's all about Mr. Wagner and Miss Casey. They've been working with this group. I actually teach our virtual band class at the same time jazz band meets, so I just get to listen to them. So this, with no further ado, is the Blue Valley North Jazz Ensemble under the direction of Mr. Joel Wagner.
Good evening, the BVN Jazz Ensemble. Hey! So, I'm not going to talk a whole lot tonight because it usually doesn't come out well if I do, so I'm just going to talk a little bit. But this group is probably one of the oddest groups that happened in the whole hybrid learning thing, because this is one of those groups where it's mostly one on a part. if not only one on a part. And so when you're split, then you're just completely missing that part. And where that really hurt us was in our rhythm section, when you don't have a bass player or whatever. It makes it kind of tough. And so this was probably one of the most difficult ensembles for us to put together. And what you're seeing here today, we actually put together in one after-school rehearsal with all of us together in one place. So it's pretty awesome that they did that. So give them a hand. They're doing a great job. And Miles is actually filling in, and he wasn't able to make it on Friday. So this is the first time that he's played with all of us. So yeah, awesome. You heard from, on B-flat blues, you heard from Noah Nix, AJ Hemstedt, Grant Ellis, and Parker Alexander. Give them a hand. B-flat blues, we've done a lot of, because of all the online learning, we've done kind of a lot of improvisation and stuff like that through our learning, a little bit more maybe even than what we do in a normal year, which has been really cool, kind of a blessing in disguise. But that tune, B-flat blues, is actually what we would call a head chart, where all they have is just the melody that we played, bum ba ba doo ba 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 doo ba ba da, and it goes on like that. And we actually kind of made an arrangement ourselves. The kids wrote the backgrounds that happened during the solos, and we put it together. We kind of added a tag ending, and that was the tune you heard. So that's why in the program, if you're looking at the program, it says arranged by the BVN Jazz Band, because we arranged it. So our next tune is a beautiful ballad by Frank Mantooth, who is a Kansas pianist who has passed away but was one of the greats, a legend. And we are actually going to feature on this ballad, But Beautiful, Grant Ellis on the marimba tonight. So hope you enjoy But Beautiful and Grant Ellis on the marimba. Grant Ellis on the marimba. Woo. As you can see, we have a lot of drummers this year. So we got a lot of swapping and a lot of hand sanitizing going on. All right. We have with us, you'll see some more from Miss Casey later tonight. She's going to conduct one with the Symphonic Band. We've had Miss Casey with us. Actually, last Friday was her last day with us. She's a student teacher from K-State, and she's been fantastic. And she has been doing everything, which has been great for us, but now it's kind of rough. But so for this class, this happens during 6th hour, and Mr. Freeman also has the virtual concert band class during 6th hour. So she's kind of been doing warm-ups with half the class while I do warm-ups with half the jazz band, and then she goes and does lessons with the virtual concert band after that. And so she's been in and out and doing a lot with them, and is wonderfully playing third trumpet on her soprano saxophone tonight. So give her a hand. We're so glad she's here tonight. All right, our next one is going to be Emancipation Blues. We hope you enjoy it. You're going to hear from Nathan Stork on the alto saxophone and Nolan Call on the trombone. Here we go. stream. I know, that's what I just said. All right, we got one more for you. Thank you so much for listening to our jazz tonight. This is a tune called Fish and Grits. We did have to do a little bit of education on what grits were. Many of them did not know, and then when I explained what they were, many of them thought that it sounded gross, to which I said, no, they're not. And that was about the end of that conversation. But this is Fish and Grits. You will hear from Noah Tarjan on the Barry sax and Eddie Moo on the trombone. We got Will Hatton on the drum set. And this will be fun. Here we go.
give the jazz band another round of applause. Well done, jazz band. To our friends joining us on the live stream, we are going to put a little brief intermission in tonight's concert right now because we got a reset for the Symphonic Band and to take a quick picture of them. So if you're at home, you got about like a 5-minute break. If you're here in person, we got about a 5-minute brief pause for a reset, and then we'll be right back with it with the Symphonic Band. Thanks for being a great audience. It's so nice to play for real human beings again. We love it.
We're good? Thank you. All right, we all good? Good evening. Welcome again. This is our symphonic band. Again, we've been rehearsing half and half, but this group, we have a little bit more strength in numbers when we're in our half. So it was a little bit, I don't want to say easier, but a little bit easier to put together as we do that. We've been rehearsing on some Monday afternoons after school, and I think I speak for all of us when I say that we're excited to be all together again after spring break. I hope I speak for all of us. I don't know. They probably are tired of me, but I'm not tired of them, so it's okay. We are going to open this part of the concert with a tune called Kasha, and Kasha translates kind of to the hunt. Or a hunt. And so we've, in my mind, I kind of think of like the British guys in the red jackets fox hunting, but you can think what you want. We had a couple other options out here in the band of what people were thinking of. So enjoy Kasha.
Hello, everybody. My name is Meredith Casey, and I have been a student teacher at Blue Valley North for the past few months. And I just wanted to say how lucky I am to have been teaching all of your wonderful students for the past few months. They are some of the best people I've ever taught in my life, and I am so happy to get to conduct a real live concert with them for the first time. And this piece that I'm about to conduct is called Appalachian Morning by Robert Sheldon. And it is a beautiful piece about the mountains in the Appalachian mountain range. So enjoy Appalachian Morning.
If you haven't noticed, I haven't had to do much this concert. Yes. Okay. For those that don't know me, I'm Mr. Freeman. I'm the band director here. Believe it or not, I haven't directed a thing tonight. And the reason I haven't directed a thing tonight is because of two extraordinary people. And so I would like to give another round of applause to Miss Casey. She has done a spectacular job. I probably shouldn't say this since it's beaming out to the world. I think I've had 8 student teachers or something like that in my career now. She is far and away the strongest I've ever had. She has done so much behind the scenes that the students have never seen that have helped Mr. Wagner and I in ways you can't imagine. She has grown in her time as a conductor and a teacher with the kids. Most of the time when I have student teachers, when they say, hey, I'll conduct a ballad, I say, no, you won't, because they think it'll be easy, but conducting ballads is usually the hardest thing to conduct, and she just nailed it. Tomorrow night, if you tune in for our concert, she is conducting the hardest piece that any of the bands are playing easily, and she has just mastered them all, and watching her grow and develop and then just build relationships with kids in a very short time. They have so much fun with her. She's a brilliant future ahead as an educator. Today she had an interview for a job in Olathe, and we're rooting for her to get it. I'd love to keep her in Blue Valley, but there's no openings in Blue Valley right now. And we got a little email that said, yeah, that was a really strong interview. So it's hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll be able to share the news that she's gainfully employed, and then in a few years from now she'll be somebody you say, I knew her when, right? So one more round of applause. Thank you, Miss Casey. If you notice, she also played soprano sax and French horn on this concert and conducted. And tomorrow night she's conducting and playing clarinet, and it'll be spectacular. And also we owe a huge thanks, of course, to Mr. Wagner. This has been, the last year for all of us. All of us have our own experiences, good, bad, ugly, whatever it is. But this has obviously been a very strange year of school for the students, and it's a year on the teaching side of things. I can attest that we've worked harder for less reward, and I think the students probably feel the same way. You've worked harder for less reward than a normal year of school, and every day I come into work and he makes it worth being here. And I just want to say thank you, Joel. You make it awesome. So anyway, it's so cool to work with such extraordinary people and extraordinary students. It makes it worth it. It makes every second worth it, and it's so nice to be here tonight and play a little music for you. So here we are. Do you have anything else to say, or are we done?
Nope, Mambo.
Mambo. All right. With no further ado, the Crazy Dog Mambo.
So this last piece is kind of cool. Julie Giroux is a female composer who has been around for a long time and has really risen and is kind of at the top of her field right now as a composer. If you watched any of the inauguration, one of her pieces was actually the piece that was performed, that the Marine Band performed as
the introduction for Kamala Harris.
Yeah, Kamala Harris is walking in. So kind of cool, and Crazy Dog Mambo. Totally different than the piece for the inauguration, but it's a great one. We hope you enjoy it. thank you all so much for coming tonight. Thank you all online, wherever you are. I almost said Zoom because I'm so used to being on Zoom all the time. But thank you all so much. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you maybe tomorrow night.
If you can see through my mask, I'm smiling huge. Have a great night. Tune in tomorrow night for another great concert.
Setting up the backdrop for them. Oh, did he get it done? Thank you. Yeah. Were there any there? There's some. Okay. You want to cover those mallets? And then he kind of usually does like this thing.